we doing? All right, good. Show's on, at least I think. So hey, it's Neon Matrix. We're doing episode 102 tonight. I'm gonna have to start making these around 10 minutes because first things first. Here's what I'm gonna do at the start of every show. Because I'm gonna try to do one every day. I'm gonna just give you an update as to how they're allowing me to communicate or how they're not allowing me to communicate. So here's the quick rundown right now. As of now, I've got videos up on Facebook and they're still up. YouTube, they're still up. I believe probably I'm shadow banned, I'm sure, because I can actually show a ham. And then also, like, people have taken my account, like several people, several times. I've had to get rid of several phones. I've lost a lot of research that way. They've came in and wiped my phone. Disclaimer, because of what Facebook did, I leave things out by their fact checkers. So this is my personal American opinion. When I on my own phone see in my storage, and I haven't even had a Facebook account when I own that phone, if it says that .facebook. Anyway, I know a little bit more than they think I know about this stuff. Let's leave it there. But for now, I'm still in the air. But it's cool if you guys reach out to me, even if you don't want me to succeed. Reach out to me and just at least let me know, hey, I'm still a person, and yeah, I kind of want this infinity balance thing, and you're just wrong. Anything, reach out just to let me know that they're not being as successful as they seem to be with the squashing of the communication and the setting up of Antifa to stop that. Oh wait, no, that kind of was one of their operations too, with George Soros. I'm not a Republican, I'm not a Democrat. You know why? Because they made that up. They made up Republicans and Democrats, red and blue. Yep, they did. They sure did. Almost everything's red and blue. What kind of soda can I get you? Something light or dark? What do you want, Coke or Pepsi? I'll take a Coke. Oh, well, we just got Pepsi. I'm good, I'll just get water. I know me, personally, and from all the stuff I know, I would like to think sometimes I would be above falling for something like that, but even me, I'm like, I drink Coke, no figure. Go figure. No wonder what? Because they're different, they're not me, they're not my entity. So I'm like, oh, well, that explains why they're not my ideal that I'm projecting out and wanting to receive back. Yeah, because they like the red can. Just little things like that. So anyways, that's just fun to get the show started really quick because we've got to run it down fast. Because of time constraints, because like I said in my show yesterday, along with all this, the corona of society that they think has happened, and that's why this virus exists, coronavirus, in my personal American opinion, I'm not leaving that out, see? I'm not saying that they did that. Nope, in my American opinion. So, here's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to do, if I can get it in the shot. Yeah, here we go. So we're doing 4s, 8s, and 73. I'm not doing 73 because of time. That's a little bit too much. 4s and 8s are good, though. These are just things that I want you to start, along with me, paying attention in society, what's going on, with news, and with songs being released, and with movies put out, and with commercials even, and yes, even professional scores and timeouts, things like that. 4s and 8s. So one of the things that they like with 8 is, it's a math system. It's called base 8. It also means infinity to them. And I want you to be looking out for train tracks. There's always train tracks. That's why in all these movies they put that, that's all he wants for Christmas is just a train set right underneath of that pyramid with the Star of Ishtar. With that Christmas tree. So, 4 sons of sea. That's seasons, but we know they're the wordsmiths. So we need to look out for that number 2, 4, and I'll tell you why too. Because of square geometry, that's why. Because of why you got square pay, and why you got a game called Foursquare. And I'm gonna show you something right here. What is this? Foursquare, isn't it? Right? Right. And it's what? It's 4 squares. Well, watch what I'm getting ready to do. So, with you parents that are worried about critical race theory being taught in schools, it's being taught for a reason, because it's critical that people are thinking of race, because they need a great divide in order to bring about that chaos to destruct. And then they can have their rebirth. Because it's all a circle of life, remember? I want you to, all right, so we're going to keep moving on though. And then I got 88. A lot of people are like, oh, 88, nope, that's the Nazis. That's the Heil Hitler. You know, sometimes it is used for 2 H's. But I'll tell you this, it's not for the reason you think. Yes, it is a play on that, sure, but they do multiple things at once. It's one of them is to give people like me that don't have the Holy Spirit, and like you who have the Holy Spirit, or vice versa, is to keep us, oh, I'm onto it, and then just stop right there. Oh, 88, that's H, that's the 8th letter of our, catch this, our alphabet is the 8th letter, so it must mean Heil Hitler. That's why they told the skinheads, and then they told the Wiccans. You don't even hear that word anymore, do you? No, because they don't have to hide it anymore. They say, hey, I'm a witch. Anyway, I don't know which one are they. But, I mean, are they a good witch or a bad witch? Which one? Anyway, I know, sometimes I'm a weirdo like that. So, this is a super, super important one. Bike. Right? Did you tell it was a bike? It's a circle. It's their circle. It's not mine, by the way. And there's what? Yeah, there's 8. 8 parts in it. Right here. 8 and 8. 88. And what happens when you put 2 more? That's 10. And I believe that has to do with what they think anyways, is there 10 dimensions that exist. And the Holy Spirit told me, first of all this stuff, I'm not claiming this is, the Holy Spirit's talking through me right now. I'm not doing that. What I'm telling you is that the Holy Spirit has talked to me. It told me very specific things. And I have things on camera if you don't experience, or you haven't experienced that. And I will tell you this, they've messed with our religion big time in a lot of ways. But one of the ways that they haven't been able to do is completely fool people with the Holy Spirit that also have been in Pharaoh's house. That's why there's been people like Moses. That's why there's been King David that, would steal somebody off to war. Because he doesn't want to get caught having an affair. Because God knows his heart. He knows what he's going to do for his people in the long run in the kingdom. So he took 40 years to prepare a new start for God's people, preparing them out in the wilderness, and then brought them back in. And then how many plagues did he do? He did 10 of them. 10 of them. That was the perfect amount. Not for Pharaoh as a punishment, no, but for us to get the hint to not keep doing this again. But they want us to keep doing this again and keep repeating the cycle, the infinite cycle, that train track that crosses over itself, doesn't it? But no, it doesn't in theirs. It'll go up and it'll go down. And that's what I want you to look for in movies now. I want you to look for chasing scenes. People running in cars, usually, chasing each other in cars. Or down a highway with cars. Hallways with doors. elevate, or soccer balls, sweets, especially ice cream, especially our presidents, especially when they get in the office, they always, all of them, recently anyways, they've had to have a photo op with them eating ice cream. It's a trigger for our youth. Clowns and balloons, I want you to look out for those two. Phones with cords. Cell phones, yes, they're a major part and problem because they've sped this up, but no. Phone with cords is one of their symbols. Likeable villains in every single thing that you watch. Every single thing. Even if it's like the worst of the worst, like Hannibal Lecter, they make him likable in ways. Talking animals. Windmills. Boots. Backpacks. But here's a big one, and it's a major one. Axes. And here's what I want to tell you about the axe. Remember, you want to get the axe. You're fired. Does that sound familiar? You're fired. Who did they put in? And yes, I said that right. Not mistaken. Who did they put in? This is my American opinion. Who did they put in for our president before Joseph? Yeah. They put in their trump card. They sure did. None of this stuff's a coincidence. It's fun to them. It's funny. It's funny for them to be to basically mock Daniel 12:4. It says that a lot of stuff's going to be very confusing for God's people, but for a few, great knowledge will increase. Well, if you're watching this video with me, we're increasing it right now, I believe. So, Trump, they used their Trump card. Did they not? All right. So they used their Trump card, and there's an axe. You're fired. So if you get the axe at work, get the axe. You're fired. The man's copyrighted, you're fired. He's in the SAG, the SAG, the Screen Actors Guild. He has a show called The Apprentice. Like the Freemasons. Anyways, look, y'all like Trump? Great. He's a Freemason. He's in on all this stuff. He's there. Trump card. Yeah, it's his family. It goes back a long ways. And here's what I'm going to wrap it up with this. Our tool of the day. And by the way, the axe has to do with Daniel's vision of the tree. They're trying to cut it down. Leave just a stump. That's what they're trying to do. All right, so they figure if they do it, maybe Jesus won't. Tool, and most of them don't believe Jesus is even real. Tool of the day is, what do we have to do right to write words? So that's the question. What do we have to do to write words right? Here's the answer. And that's why I keep talking about words in doublespeak. Because L to them is 50. Because it's a Roman numeral for 50. So when you just take an L out of this word that they've made, which means half, when you take an L out, which means 50, that's what? Percent taken. That's 50% taken is have. And it's Old English with the E. Anyways. They've replaced that with an F, haven't they? Yeah, they have, for reasons. Because they play around with our language. Why do you think English is so goofy with you got to put two O's with that form of two? It's because O means something to them too. And we'll get to that in another episode. God bless you.